Starting recording now.
Perfect, thanks, mate.
Awesome sauce. Ooh, so busy day then, eh?
Yeah, it is busy. I just got a call from this morning to do covering, so they told me this morning, and I was like, oh god.
Yep.
So I just finished class from 5:30.
Nice.
It took me like 30 minutes to get, takes like 20 minutes to get here, so. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, let's, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna log into my computer. I think I better use my computer so I can show you. Okay, let me do that.
Yep, no dramas, my dude. I'm always up for that. Because I do like having the screen sharing.
Yeah. So what I have just wanted to say is that that I find niching. I talked to Barry and I talked to Cliff. I'm in the founder Sanctum program. I find niching to be very hard for me because I think I'm overcomplicating it. And I try to use Gemini. I say, what are some, Cliff told me to write, what are some profitable B2B niches in, say, let's say healthcare, but it gives you the solution and not the actual niche. So I wanted to, this is the thing where I understand, that's the thing I have. And the issue, Peter, well, I'm just right now, that's the problem. So I wanted to talk to you, you're the niche guy, so.
Yep, no dramas. Cheers for that. So, did you have a look at that little pamphlet that I sent you?
I read it and I did some of it, but I'm still confused.
Okay, let's go through that now, because that'll be an easy way to start. So bring that up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Cool. Now, see if I can share my screen. There we go.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna use my phone. I'm just trying to join the other one, that'd be better. Let's do, yes, can I use access on both the phone and laptop? I'm gonna try this. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds much better too, man.
Well, you can do two. Okay.
Although I do come out as an echo, but that's not too much of a problem.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna just to get my other one. Yeah, go ahead. You can say, can get in my head.
So we'll just walk through this and go from there. So.
I'm sorry. This is just to clarify. Wait. Sorry. Wait. I was going to show you something. Maybe. Sorry. Wait. Is this Sorry. Is this recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. That's what I needed. Because I need to listen to it again. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And that's why I usually record it. So I can, one, use it for my own training, two, use it for your own training, and as a reference for later on.
Perfect.
So, okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah.
It's all good, my man. Okay. So I'll just drop over to the thing over here. Okay. Niching. I do have a separate company to Boss Cooperative. Unique niching directions. So basically, the Oxford Dictionary meaning of niche. Pretty sure that resonated all right with you.
No, I think because I found Oxford Dictionary very confusing. So for me, I say the niche. I want to clarify niche. So a niche is just, I think of it as just a group of businesses or people that have a similar trait. So, for example, what I understand is, example, resident plumbers in Sydney, Australia. That is a niche, if I'm understanding, or ADHD salesman in, say, Sydney, Australia, as an example. I'm just because that's what I understand.
Okay, so it's a little bit more narrow than that. So we'll just go through The noun of niche is a comfortable or suitable position in life or employment. So he's now a partner at a leading law firm, and he feels he's found his niche, his place where he belongs. You know, the place just for him. 2, noun, a specialised segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. He believes he has found a niche in the market. Now, my niche for my mining, actually, let's see if I can bring that up. Who did I send that to? I sent it, okay, activity. Who did I send that to? Excuse me while I just go through.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to find. Okay, maybe it's that one. No, it wasn't that one. I'm just trying to find, because I actually wrote down just recently my. Oh, was it a ping? Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find, because I know I wrote it down somewhere today, the last few days. Brian.
Yeah, take it.
Niche finders, activity. So basically, my niche for mining, my target audience, is drill and blast designers in open cut hard rock mineral deposits. Right? So it's very, very fine tuned. So for me at the moment, that's my noun. Specialised segment of the market, which is drill and blast designers in hard rock open cut mine sites. So I'm not going underground. I'm not following like any special sands or mineral sands or something. It is hard rock, not alluvial.
Okay.
So that's where it's at. An adjective denoting products, services, or interests that appeal to small specialised sections of the population. So in this case, to use an example, is 60 centimetre figurine collectors of a certain anime. You know, we'll just go Dragon Ball Z because that's a little bit well known. And to go even further beyond, you can say only go for this particular character. So you can say, I collect Goku figurines at 60 centimeters figurines, and that's it. You know, that's small specialized section of the population. A verb, place or something in a niche or recess, basically a shower. Now, as I said, we'll be concerning ourselves with the two definitions of noun 2 and the adjective for this demo. Specialised segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. This is one part of what we'll be talking about here. In the quote it says, he believes he has found his niche in the market. This demonstration will help you understand the process on how to know you have a niche in the market. Followed by the adjective, denoting product, service or interest that appeal to a small specialised section of the population. Other companies in this space had to adapt to being niche players. Okay, this is a part of the greater UND company and services where we coach you not only to find niche, but to research, create a service and offer to that niche, but currently outside the scope of this document. So you can get a basic idea of a niche, a small and concentrated target audience with whom to share. This company, UND, focuses on people wanting to move forward and fine-tune their area of expertise in any given area of interest. So if I have one of those anime people saying, hey, look, I want to try and I want to have a collection, what do you suggest? I'll say, okay, what are your interests, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll give us a nice idea and we can work on it. It doesn't say what we sell or how much each service costs. It just identifies the target audience. That's the big thing there. What we're doing is looking for the target audience. Another example is another company we're involved with. That's the Yielding Designs, the one that I talked about before. Yielding Design focuses on drill and blast designers in hard rock minerals and open cut mining. Once again, it doesn't denote what the company provides or the cost of services. When looking for a niche, some keywords must be avoided. Help, helping, train, sales, assistance, market. These are all services, and when looking for niches, they can block your way and imagination to the niche. It's very hard to do. Like, even Peter's only just started. Him and I had a meeting a couple of months ago, and it's really helped him. So he's opened his mind up, and he's been killing it. So, how to niche. First, create a large list of potential niches. Do not worry about how you're going to serve this niche or how silly they may seem. Write everything down. Minimum of 30 to 50 niches is a great starting point. That was the activity that I sent you the other day.
Yeah, I did some of it. I didn't do all of the. See, this is what I want to ask you because I'm still confused on what is a good niche and what is a bad niche. Because
that's just a brainstorm. Okay.
Yeah.
So you write everything down.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I wanted to get you written everything down. You could have just emailed me, hey guys, this is what I got. And I was like, look, go through all the inspirations, all this here, right? And it doesn't matter what you know as a niche or what it isn't, just get that list. It doesn't matter how silly it is. Okay? Because then, once you had that list, you and I would have a meeting and we would go through that list and I'll show you how to make them niches. So do you have a little list at the moment?
Yeah, I have them, yeah.
Cool. So we'll just whip through these 6 points and then I'll let you share the screen and show us what you got. Okay, who are you wanting to niche to? This can be specific to the point of genres, commodities, or demographic. What is your niche? It should be as specific as anime X figurines at Y dimensions with Z accessories. This is how narrow we need to go. Geography. Where is your niche? Geography can play a huge part in your niche direction. For what can go well in one region or country may not be so common or popular in others. As an example, because I'm Australian, I could utilise this. The Australian rules football. It's a great sport for those who enjoy it. But where do you think most of the popularity is? USA, Italy, Zimbabwe? Obviously Australia, it's in the name. So trying to niche Australian rules football to Spain, although it may find some footing, it isn't going to be the best for focusing on your niche, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. When? This is a little bit more narrow, as it could mean the past or future of your niche. Antiques and classic cars are readily available examples. What do you think that the niche of antique and classic cars... Do you think that the niche of antique and classic cars is good? They are, but not enough. This is where asking what can help. An example of this is the 1935 Duesenberg SJLA Phaeton. It has a specific date connected to a specific model of car. A great example of what and when. Like, before I even wrote this, I had not, to this moment in time, I still don't know what that is. I know it's a car, but that's about the gist of it. I'm not a car guy. Is it an industry? This is an important question to ask, as many may think, as an example, cryptocurrency is a niche. Not anymore. It was 15 or so years ago, but not anymore. Same with medical or corrective surgery. These options are just too broad to cater to a specific niche. Demographic. Saying fitness for women between 35 and 50 years old sounds like a niche, but that could account for nearly 25% of the female population on Earth. So, no, too broad. Even fitness is too broad. Just have a look on social media and apps, there's gurus fucking everywhere. Fitness is a huge industry. Medicine's a huge industry. Fine-tuning a demographic could work, like the following example. Now, this has been proven in one of Caleb's students. He went Chinese men between the ages of 50 and 70 who want to get into get bodybuilding fit in Beijing. In this example, you do have a demographic, but by using the WHO, Chinese men between 50 and 70, what build bodybuilding fitness and where in Beijing, you've narrowed the demographic down enough to be a niche. Now, I'll just close that. Oh, no, wrong one. That one. I'll just stop sharing that if you wanted to share your list, and we can start walking through that. How does that sound?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, like for me, I find niching to be so incredibly easy. But I'm more of a exception than the rule. Okay, let's have a look here. So if you want to,
Yeah, this is the one.
yep,
I did.
cool. Indian guys not getting white girls. What for? What do you want white girls for?
I don't know. That's what they want. I see a lot of guys, Indian guys, complain about that.
Okay, cool. As in dating, as in marriage, or as in sex? That's what we need to find out. Is it if it's straight for sex or straight for marriage or such like that is what defines the niche, because not all I'll just say not all guys want marriage, not all guys want a relationship. I'm in a point of my life where I've been divorced and had multiple long-term relationships. I've had enough. You know, I've got multiple friends with benefits, and that's good enough for me, you know. So yeah, Indian guys not getting white girls. What area of India? What province? You know, are they maybe in Australia? Australian Indian guys that are having issues with white girls. You know, this is some of the things that we're looking at. That's the geographic. Like, you can't throw a broad net into the Dead Sea and expect to get fish, you know?
But I understand. Yeah, okay, but how do you specify? Like, that's the thing. I mean,
Okay.
because for me, I'm just like Indian guys not getting white girls. I think that is a niche, but like, I mean,
How many Indian
I don't know
guys
how.
are there in the world?
There's many of them.
Yeah, that's not a niche, my bro.
But I understand. I'm confused.
That's a demographic. Okay. Indian guys, how many? Okay, in India, what's your population of India?
I think something a billion. I don't know what it is.
Half that, and we'll just say that's men in India alone. So 500 million.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Now, how many Indians are there in America? How many Indians are there in Australia? Now you add them all together, that's too broad, man. Now, if you were saying Indian guys between the ages of 30 and 35, a very small 5-year gap, that just brings it down considerably. Now Indian guys between 30 and 35 looking for white European women in, just say, Wisconsin, USA, right? Because this is where how specific we have to get. With white women in Wisconsin for relationships, long-term relationships, now we're getting that down. So if you want to write that down as an example, that way you don't forget it. So so where you are at the moment on your document, go for a different colour right at the end. You're halfway through at the moment.
Let's see how can I do. Sorry.
There we go. Yep, just give that a click. And just go to the end of that sentence.
Okay, let's say Indian guys in Sydney, Australia.
Okay, no, just... Yep, between the ages of 30 and 35. 30... Yep, 30 to 35. in a certain geography. So if you want to go Sydney, Australia, go Sydney, Australia, as an example. Now you can also ping that down to suburb, but I don't know Sydney too well. Looking for a relationship, maybe long-term relationship.
Yeah.
With white women between the ages of 25 and 30. Now that sounds a little bit more like a niche now, doesn't it? Now
that's where I'm getting confused. Okay, so I understand. Okay, you can specify niche by age. You can specify it by a group by age. So you can go a little deeper by age, by geography, by purpose. So, for example, I understand that you specify. We mentioned Indian guys between the ages of 30 to 35. Let's say you mentioned the age, and we talked about where they're located. So let's look at a region like Sydney, and then you mentioned like a purpose. What's the purpose of that long term?
Yep.
And the relationship, and then you mentioned with white women, but you can specify white women by age. So maybe I'm
also go by demographic of the women too. You might only want, say, Eastern European women, like Russians or Ukrainians, as an example, We
can go further deep with Russian.
Yeah, and
we can say that.
Yeah, you can do that for any age, any demographic. Like we were on the niching call last night, and one of the guys says, "Oh yeah, I'm looking at African restaurants and fast food industry." I said, "Okay, that's great. What country? Africa's a big continent, Let's just say Moroccan. Okay, I'm talking to Moroccan restaurants who want to go international food packages, pre-packaged food, that supply to United States of America. That's a niche because it's Moroccan, it's a certain culture, it's a certain culinary flavour. They have like the Hello Fresh. I don't know if you guys got Hello Fresh, but it's your packages that you get in a mail of food and that you can either heat up or cook yourself. That's one of the things that we're looking at. But now we've got that one. We'll go to the next one.
Sorry, can I ask you? So we can say Indian guys. You can mention Indian guys in Sydney, Australia, looking, I guess, with white Russian women between the ages 25 and 30. Okay, yeah, I see. Could we, another way to say is Indian guys in senior, I guess you could say India. Yeah, no, never mind. I made you confused. Yeah, sorry.
As in a province in India?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say
do that, yeah. You can do a province in India. I don't know how many provinces are in India, but I know that there are provinces, And looking for Russian women between the ages of 25 and 35. I don't know what the demographic's like. They may not have white women in there, let alone Russian white women, This is where research comes involved.
Well, can we say white Russian women? But we can also specify where what white Russian women and where. Like we're talking about from Russia. Are we talking about from Sydney? Are we talking about maybe once in Moscow? I mean, we can specify further.
You 100% agree. I 100% agree on that. 100%. You've got it. That's a very valid point. So white Russian women from Moscow between the ages of 25 and 30.
And we can go further. I guess with Moscow and Sydney, I don't know if they can split in districts, right?
Yeah,
Or
they've
sub
they've
region.
got suburbs in Sydney, like you can have Wollongong or Balmain or like, but Sydney is a decent amount because you've got the numbers there you can actually work with. One of the
Because yeah, what?
one of the questions is how easy is the niche to get hold of? You know, so all we're doing right now is borrowing to get your list here to a point where it is niched, and then you run those niches through a series of 7 questions, which I'll throw to you anyway, and then we can go from there. So you've got a very good idea with that right now. So
Let's say.
Yep, go on.
Sorry. Can I, if we can specify Sydney, right? Because we can. I know, like in New York, for example, there's different regions. Like there's Brooklyn, Queens. I guess I don't know about Sydney because I'm just like because the time.
It's a similar thing. Like the Brooklyn's and Queens are suburbs of New York, the greater New York area. Now, Parramatta and Wollongong are all suburbs of Sydney, of the greater Sydney area. You know, like I'm based in Perth. I'm in a suburb called Armidale, Kelmscott, Byford. You know, I can rattle off a whole load of names of suburbs or provinces in the Perth greater area, but when it comes to that, you're specifying a specific city, right? Now, instead of saying Sydney, Australia, you could probably expand that a little bit and still be a niche, where you go Indian guys between the ages of 30 and 35 in cities with a population of 1 to 3 million people looking for a long-term relationship with Russian white women from Moscow. You know, having a population number there helps as well. It shows you there is a specific target we're looking at, and there is a specific target that we're going for. So what we'll do is we'll step away from that first one now.
Sure.
Okay, let's go to the second one. We'll do the same with the red typing. People with pre-existing conditions that are denied coverage by insurance companies. Now, knowing from what you learned already, how can we narrow that down?
We can specify the age, so people between, say, 30 to, say, usually insurance, let me just charge the, sorry.
It's too easy, buddy. Now, if you're going to go 30 to 60, do you really think that's a good number to go for? If you've got people between 30 and 60, that's 30 years worth of a demographic that you're going to have to try and contact. That's why I only went 5 years for the first one. You know, so you start extending out that demographic, and it becomes less and less of a niche.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So between, I guess we can specify people too, right? Like we could.
Yeah.
So that.
Now you could go in this particular case. You can go 30 to 40, and it's not going to have too much of an issue. Now we can also go for a demographic. What sort of people?
I guess we can talk about. I guess we can specify by gender or race. So I guess males.
You can do both.
Okay, I guess race. I guess both. I guess people. I guess I don't know what kind of people are.
Let's just say male Greeks.
Okay. Male Greeks. Okay.
Between 30 and 40 with pre-existing. Now.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to put it in red. Sorry.
No, that's all good.
Oh, shit. How do they do that?
Highlight it and then you can. home employed. Yep.
And then you specify, yes, so indicate between, yeah, sorry.
That's all good.
We go, yeah.
Okay. Now, pre-existing conditions. Now, is that structural? Is it mental? Is it blood work?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would just know that insurance companies love to deny. But if it's severe pre-existing conditions,
you can have severe mental conditions, that make you unfit for some insurances. You've got some back issues that are structural that you can't be employable. I've got a friend at the moment, he can't come back to his job because he's got a major back injury, There's internal injuries as well, say severe diabetes, severe asthma, severe eczema, We're thinking like if you have GORD, GORD or irritable bowel syndrome, they're all pre-existing conditions that can be denied coverage for some insurance companies depending on what... We'll just start with the pre-existing conditions right now.
what about they had, I guess those who had cancer, with cancer. There's a lot of,
and then we just go down to what sort of cancer.
Good question. I don't know.
This is the niching. This is where you just pick one. Like we're just using these as an example right now. So we go male Greeks between 30 and 40 with a pre-existing, would you say,
with brain cancer.
No, I'm thinking more fatty in the blood. What's that word? Starts with C. You know how they have like blood issues and it's too much fat and too much clogging up their arteries? Cholesterol. That with higher cholesterol. Yep. That are denied coverage by insurance companies for... No, you've already got that part there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That are denied coverage by insurance companies for office jobs with high stress. And then you can even go further with the office jobs and say upper management in finance companies.
Yeah, like that.
Yep. And then we can tack on a location onto that as well.
And let's say, I guess in, say, Sydney.
Yeah. There you go.
Oosh, okay. I see.
You can see how far this rabbit hole can go, can't you?
Yeah, you can say, what kind of... Yeah, you can say male Greeks in Sydney, Australia, I guess for upper management. Okay, what kind of upper management? Are we talking about CEOs? We're talking about...
No. See, you're already right onto it. So we could probably go middle to upper management, so just under board members.
Board members.
Or even go board members. You know what? Just go board members. That includes the CEOs, the VPs, the FCOs. Yeah. Now.
And you can say male Greeks in which... are we talking about male Greeks in Greece, or are we talking about male Greeks in Sydney? So I guess we can specify that too, right?
We've already specified that.
Okay.
Board members in finance in Sydney, Australia.
Oh.
But then again, the board members may be going through Zoom. So yeah, you could probably specify where the male Greeks are. Because if they're a board member, they're applying for board member gigs. They could very well be like location independent, you know. They just come onto a board meeting with the internet. It makes the world so much more open. So yeah, you can put a location behind the male Greeks, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
I guess
male Greeks in say Athens.
between 30 to 40. Yeah.
High cholesterol that are denied coverage of insurance companies. Now you can also specify the insurance company's location as well.
Then I get
You
an
can
ask.
just, like Sydney, Australia, because that's where they're going to be working. You know.
I don't know why is he doing that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
See. Now already we've went from people that are denied coverage by insurance companies to male Greeks in Athens between 30 and 40 with high cholesterol that are denied coverage by insurance companies. In Sydney, 4 board members in finance in Sydney. That's a
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
Now we've got that example out of the way. We'll go to the number 3.
I guess we could say what kind of people hate their job. Let's say I'm talking about, and what's age? So I guess I can talk about and what race.
Yep.
So
You're onto it now, my man.
So we can. Where's the red again? Why this disappears? So I guess let's say that's I'm going to talk about example Indian men between the ages of. I would like to make it small, so I like to make it 30 to 30. I'm going to make. I guess
Indian electrical engineers.
Between the ages of.
We could just say 30 and 35 or 30 and 40. That's still a viable number. I wouldn't go much more than 10 years. Who hate their job due to low pay, bad management, toxic environment, less freedom, etc. Now, we can put a location onto that. You know, electrical engineers. Now you can also put an industry on that, electrical engineers. So you could probably go electrical engineers in Western Australian mining.
What?
Between the ages of 30 and 40. So you've got the Indian electrical engineers in WA between 30 and 40 who hate their job due to the above. Now for me, that could be a niche. You know?
Oh, so you just get rid of this.
Well, no, that's the reason why they want to get out of there. You know? That's the reason. You know? They're also a part of the niche. You don't want them who just hate their job due to low pay or just bad management. You know, there may be other problems that they have that you can perhaps help them with. But you won't know that until you narrow it down. You know? I think that's all good.
Oh, but can you just remove this part highlighted here and just say who hate their job?
But then, doesn't everyone hate their job? I know, I enjoy my job, but I can't wait to retire at the end of this year. You know? So
Yeah.
that, you can still enjoy your job, but you can also still hate your job for a multitude of reasons. Keeping those reasons there is just strengthens the niche. You know? If they just hate it for hating's sake because they're a grumpy bunch of cunts, then there's nothing you can really help them. That's a personal thing. But if you can, if it's lower pay, bad management, toxic environment, you know, you can look at solutions for it. So
Okay.
you're doing really well, man. Okay.
So
So
could we just, but if we took this part and just have one, that's not going to be enough, right? Because you want to.
because everyone thinks they've got low pay, man. I think I've got low pay on my site, you know, in my job. You know, because we always think we're worth more than what we actually are. Or we are actually worth more than what we're paid. Most times we are. You know, so keeping them there, and bad management is a good reason to hate your job, my man. I've been fortunate. I've just switched crews from a bad manager. You know, and I'm very thankful for it. You know, which if you've got bad management, usually has a toxic environment, which I think I'm really well walking into because of the purple circle that's going on. But I don't care. I can deal with that. You know, so all the reasonings there are a viable reason to narrow down. There you go.
Okay. I got this one. I know how to do this one. Let me try. I know how to do this
Go
one.
for it, my man.
Hot girls from the age. Oh shit. This is right. It's in my nerves. Hot girls from ages 25 to, I would like to just make it, so ages 20 to 25. But the only question you can ask, who complain in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, who complain about creepy men. This is an example. I just go creepy men chasing them. I mean, it's not. I'm just looking up.
Okay.
This is a made-up example.
Yeah. Look, these are just as examples. We're not using these as niches for some of them. You know, if we've got a good one, then yeah, we'll go for it. But okay. Now, how
a creepy man in Toronto, I can specify in.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm just picking it up. This red is okay. This is an example.
Okay. Now, how can we narrow that down further?
What kind of hot girl are you? Which nationality? I guess hot white girls, hot Latino girls. I mean, I guess we can specify the.
Yeah, brother. You're right onto it.
And then I guess specify. I guess we can go.
White French
Okay.
Canadian girls.
White French Canadian girls. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Now, how else can we do that? How else can we narrow that down? What are the demographics in that suggestion?
Demographics in what, like?
Read the whole sentence.
Hot white French Canadian girls from ages 20 to 25 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to complain about creepy men in Toronto chasing them. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the last 6 words of that sentence.
Creepy men in Toronto chasing them.
What demographic is there?
Oh, I see. Creepy men. I guess creepy.
See?
I see.
Now you're onto it. Now you're onto it.
Yeah. Okay. Creepy. I guess what kind of? I'm sorry for the.
Hey.
Creepy. Yeah, you get.
Let's play a bit. Let's have a bit of fun and say, creepy Pakistani men between the ages of 40 and 50. You know, let's stir up the cricket rivalry there, eh?
then it is 30 to, let's say, 30 to 40 in Toronto chasing. Yep, pre-peak, correct.
Yep. Okay. Now you're getting the idea. Let's go into something that's more business related. Let's go down to the business complaining about not getting good clients. Let's see you work this one through yourself. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, I can change this to.
Work your way through it. I'll see it. I'll see it when I'm in the recording. I'll just be back in a sec.
Sure.
Hey, that looks like a good one. Plumbing companies in Sydney who complain about not getting clients in Sydney who pay on time and do not negotiate price. Now, I'm pretty sure there are specific plumbing companies too.
I guess residential.
Residential? Okay. What sort of residential plumbing companies? I can think of two off the top of my head.
Any housing?
Yeah, that's residential.
I'm just going to ask Gemini how to specify resident. Oh, which one?
No, it's more the plumbing rather than the residential side of things. What sort of plumbing is there? There's water plumbing, isn't there?
Oh, different types of. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I never heard of this stuff. Different types of plumbing. I was just searching on Gemini. There's potable plumbing system, sanitary plumbing system, vent plumbing system. I don't know what the hell are these terms, but okay.
So potable plumbing is for fresh water, so water that's drinkable. There is waste plumbing, which is the toilets and flushing. There's gas plumbing, isn't there? Natural gas plumbing that goes from a local source, or there's bottled gas plumbing from a contained source. You can see where we're coming from with the different styles of plumbing, can't you?
Yeah, see, we go. I can go. I guess they call it sanitary.
So we're talking Super Mario Brothers style plumbing, where you're plumbing for your toilets, plumbing for your sinks, plumbing for your showers, you know?
Yeah, so residential, sanitary, I guess sanitary. plumbing companies in Sydney, Australia. And then we can have, like you said, we complain about not getting clients in Sydney who pay on time and do not negotiate prices.
To be fair, I only came in and added a couple of things and you had it all sorted otherwise. You know? You're going really well.
Thanks, mate. Let's see, another business I'm trying to do. I was looking at, snow, I can look at this one. So, I guess I can look at this one because I got another business. Snow removal companies in Toronto, which is good. Then I guess what kind of snow removal are we talking about? What are the purpose
I
of this?
couldn't tell you anything about snow, to be honest. I've lived in Australia my whole life. I've never seen snow. So, now, the size of the company could help. Small snow removal, small, medium, large snow removal companies.
I get small ones.
Yeah.
We can define what is small then, right? I mean, can we get small?
Exactly right. How many employees do you reckon? Is it just going to be a owner-operator? Or is it going to be up to, say, 20 employees? You know?
And that's question. How you specify the employees though? That's like 10 employees, 20 employees, and we can specify snow removal companies between 10 employees to 20 employees, for example.
That's a very valid point. And you can also go franchisees, which are more owner-operators, you know, because out here in Australia they've got a mob called Jim's Mowing, and they're a license. So you pay to get into Jim's Mowing, and then you go into the brand. You have all the stuff, you know. They have the operating procedures you need to follow, and all you do is go out and mow lawns, you know, under the brand name, and the brand name sells. So it's like buying a McDonald's, really. So you could also go, you're going the right way. So we'll start with snow removal companies in Toronto, and we go, keep going, going well.
With employees between, and this is similar to age, right? So I guess between 20 to, I like to keep it 10, right? Increments of 5 or 10, right?
Yeah, that's usually that's a good starting point, because when you do your research, you're going to have to expand or decrease the size as it's required. So it's all fairly fluid, but having an idea to start with is better than a kick on the teeth, you know? So,
and then I don't know what, right?
Yeah. Snow removal companies in Toronto between 20 and 30 people. I don't know how else to go with that, you know? Maybe that use machines rather than physical means, you know? But I don't know anything about snow removal. That's something to talk to on the Founder Sanctum for those who have actually seen snow, you know? But snow removal companies in Toronto between 20 and 30 employees. That's a niche. Sometimes it doesn't have to be as absolutely psycho as the first two, you know. Sometimes it's just adding a limiter on the size, you know. Vietnamese members of Toastmasters who struggle with pronunciation.
Sorry, I think his time is up, right? So I was wanting to make sure.
Like with me, it doesn't bother me. So I've got my next meeting is in another 2 hours, so I've got that much time to help you out.
Oh, thanks, mate. It's going to do maybe just about. I think I'm going to do more on businesses though, because that's where.
Well, I'd like to point out that Vietnamese members of Toastmasters who struggle with pronunciation, I'm pretty sure Toastmasters would help with that. I've never been.
Yeah, great though.
I've never been to a Toastmasters, but have a yarn if you can with Caleb, because he's done it plenty of times, or even one of the other guys, Yarn. And, like, I'm pretty sure the whole point of Toastmasters is to work on pronunciation and how to speak and how to present yourself and how to be a public speaker. Now, that as it is a niche. Now you could probably put a geographic there, but that's where you're at,
Yeah, you could say Vietnamese members in Ho Chi Minh City of in a Toastmasters group who's
struggle with English pronunciation.
Yeah, about that.
Look, dude,
and
you basically got it, for that one.
And we can specify age too, like how old the Vietnamese members, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But when it comes to that one, because you've specified where they're at, like Toastmasters, it's going to be a niche itself, no matter the age. Toastmasters, yeah, it's a big company. But before even talking to Caleb, I had no idea about it. I had no idea there was such a community in that space. So the fact that there's probably many people who have no idea that there is a Toastmasters, those who are actually in it, who are in the know, one would say that the Vietnamese population in the Toastmasters in the world would probably number less than 100,000. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. As an example, that's true.
Yeah. So trying to narrow it down by age is probably not the best bet. You could. It's a niche. But then it comes back down to how you're going to contact them.
Right. And if you realize in Ho Chi Minh, where I am, there's only 2 Toastmasters clubs here in Ho Chi Minh.
And how many?
So then if you go too narrow.
Yeah.
So I realized maybe you can say Vietnamese members in Vietnam of Toastmasters, where we now have more people to sample.
Yes.
Where it's not too big and not too small.
Exactly.
Because if they did.
Yeah. And so basically, Vietnamese members of Toastmasters who struggle with pronunciation, that's not just a demographic, that could be a location as well.
Yeah, Vietnamese members of Toastmasters in Vietnam, as an example.
Well, you don't even need to put in Vietnam, because you could say Vietnamese members that denote members in Vietnam.
Well, you have Vietnamese in Canada, right?
No, I'm just saying that you're saying Vietnamese members of Toastmasters. So that can be taken 2 ways. That's the beauty of English. You can say that's the demographic, but you can also say that's the location. Like Australian Toastmasters, that's the location of Australia. The Vietnamese members, they're in Vietnam, that are members, But it can be taken both ways. It can be taken as a demographic or as a location, and that'd be a niche, And you don't have to you can specify it, make it a little bit more clearer for those who are English speakers naturally, but
I see. I guess you could say Vietnamese members in members of Toastmasters in Vietnam who struggle with English pronunciation.
See, it's only a very, very little change that we need to do this one to make it a niche.
Yeah, I see.
That's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So we could always leave that one there as is, as a good example of what you've already done. Instead of having read all the way through the lines, we can leave that one there. You know? Because even if it's not only in Vietnam, I'm pretty sure that internationally there'll be Vietnamese people in Australia trying to work on the same, you know? Start with one leg and expand. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we've got a lot of, at this moment in time in the 90-day business builder, we've got a lot of guys dealing with the struggling to get and retain good workers. Mate, you can work that.
Yeah, what kind of businesses?
Yeah, work on that one on yourself before, after the video, and that way you can maybe give it a day or two, and then work on it, and you just email me the result, you know, and just go from there. You really got a thing for Sydney, don't you?
Because of the time zone, I live in Vietnam, so the time zone is easier for me because I can make the validation calls.
Yes.
Here in Australia.
What time is it for you at the moment? Is it about 8 o'clock?
It's 7 p.m. here.
7? Oh, okay, so you're an hour behind me.
Yeah, that's why it's easier. If I call in Toronto, it'd be harder with my sleep schedule, so that's why I'm trying to do Australia.
I'm hearing you, man. Like I've got 11 o'clock meetings every third night, you know, every second or third night with the 90-day business builder. It's but then again, if I wasn't in this time zone, I don't know how much more how much interaction I would have had with the rest of the community, you know. So I'm actually grateful for the time zone I am in. We'll do one more.
I can do like a business one. Cybersecurity firms in Sydney, Australia. Like you said, what kind of age size? So between, I guess I have to ask Gemini what kind of cybersecurity we're talking about here. So between 20, I'm gonna make it out 20 to 30 employees again. And then I guess what kind of cybersecurity are we talking about? So we look at Gemini. Cybersecurity.
Oh yeah, I can see your time on your presentation. I didn't even see that.
The types. I'm just looking at types. Oh wow, there's different types. Oh, I guess cloud security firms.
Okay. What are they using the cloud security for?
As mobile application to cloud security, cloud process. I'm not sure.
Well, there you go. That's another level of niching we can do. Now, if we're going to go cloud cybersecurity, okay, cloud cybersecurity for private information backups, you know, for the medical field. There you go. Medical cloud cybersecurity firms. Oh, sorry, that'll be more medical record cloud cybersecurity firms in Sydney, Australia. See where I'm getting at now?
So what you're saying is you specify the firm by what type of security and for what. They're going to do that. What is the purpose? So,
the purpose of the cloud cybersecurity.
Okay, and if I ask Gemini, purpose of cyber cloud cloud security, I'm just using Gemini to help me with that.
That's fine, my man.
Okay, what do they use it Because so they say public prosecutor get confidentiality, integrity, availability, compliance. That's what Gemini says. So I guess now the purpose of cloud security.
Now,
So I guess to
I find that they actually need to serve another industry in order to niche it down. You know? You see where
okay, cybersecurity firms helping, I guess, helping hospitals in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, for medical files, medical privacy. Because funnily enough, in the last couple of years, one of our major insurance operators have just been had a security breach, and all our information was actually acquired. Yeah, I just happened to be one of those clients at the time. None of my information was leaked to my knowledge, but it is a concern. Hell, you go health insurance cloud cyber security firms in Australia, you know. But yeah, you get the idea.
So you're saying, so when we specify for businesses, we usually specify businesses on what kind of service are they giving. So if we're looking at, cybersecurity firms.
Who is their niche? Who is the cybersecurity firm's niche? So you got a perception here.
Purpose and their audience. That's what we include. So for business, you need to know what their purpose is and what is their audience. Who are they serving?
Service. Yep. The who, the what, and the why. Who are they serving? What are they doing? And why are they doing it? So in this case, we'd have insurance companies are doing cloud cybersecurity for private information security. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I'm starting to. Yeah, I don't know much about cybersecurity, quite frankly, but
Neither am I. I'm just throwing shit into the wind right now. You know.
But yeah,
like what would use cybersecurity? What would use cloud cybersecurity? What industries would use cloud cybersecurity? We have a lot of medical issues, medical files that we want to keep private. Okay, so cloud cybersecurity firms that serve health insurance companies from ensuring that their information's not leaked. You've got a niche section there. You need to get their niche so you can do your niche.
I see. Okay, I'm trying to get like cybersecurity firms in Sydney, Australia that help schools retain the report cards.
Yeah, you got the idea. You know, the security of their information.
Okay, now I get it. Now I'm getting a better understanding.
Write an example down. And we'll go from there.
I guess I can specify that. Okay, so I guess specify the employees too. I guess between that help, that serve. I guess hospitals, preserve and protect patients' records, and then I can say which hospitals are they serving.
Yep.
So
they can, for example, it could be a a hospital that focuses on plastic surgery. You know, it doesn't have to be diseases and cauterization and cancer. It could be used in like boob jobs and butt jobs and facelifts, you know. They're still a part of the medical field. Still in at certain hospitals.
that serve, I guess, public hospitals, not hospital, like public hospitals.
Yep. Yeah. So you've got the idea, my man. You really do. You've really come through.
The issue is how I'm going to evaluate them, because if I ask Gemini,
That'd be the next step, my man. Just focus on getting a list, finishing off your lists, finishing off burrowing, and then we can have a yarn, whether on email or another video. Okay.
Sure.
And we can go through and validate the niches, bring it down to 2 to 5, and then we'll focus on actually doing the meat and potatoes. These are just examples that we've made, just so you can understand the whole niching process. Okay, one step at a time. Okay, this is where you're not worrying about service, not worrying about how you're going to get to the target audience. You're just trying to narrow down the target audience right now. That's the first step.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Okay, so your project for the next, we'll just say week, if you've got that, week, 2 weeks, which is easier for you in the way of time management.
Because I promised Cliff that would be another niche research call, because what I did with Cliff from the founder of Sanctum is I did first, what is it called? I did funeral homes, and then we didn't have a common problem, so then I did nursing homes, dealing with gatekeepers. So then I had talked to Peter J, and he told me to do your niche. I was looking at plumbing, because Cliff said to me to look into a trade niche. So I looked into plumbing.
Electrician is also a good trade niche as well.
Yeah, and I can specify it too as well.
You can go heavy voltage, you can go commercial, you can go residential heavy. You know, a lot of ovens take on the HV draw, phase 3. There's some phase 3 ovens out there for pure electric ovens. Anyway, just examples. Hopefully, with tonight's video, you can actually see how far you can go in order to get a niche.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, mate.
Which was the whole aim and whole goal of the meeting. Now, I'm trying to get onto Founder Sanctum meetings. I'm finding it hard because Google isn't playing the game. I think I need to jump onto my computer rather than onto my phone. Probably be easier that way. So I think I'll be doing that from now on. But I'm only going to be able to do the Tuesday evening ones, because I ain't getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I've got work. Well, I have to be at work by 5, so I can't have those meetings, the Thursday morning meetings. It's 4 p.m. over there, Central Time. It's 5 o'clock for me over here in Perth, So
yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So, and because I start work when I'm working at 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't have the opportunity to be on the calls. Whereas the Tuesday evening ones, it's 10 o'clock for me, so it'll be 9 o'clock on the Tuesdays. Let's have a look.
Yeah, so that's not, so you're 1 hour ahead of me, right? So 9 p.m. So you're 9 p.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. your time on Tuesdays. And if we do Thursdays, it's 4 a.m. and my 4 a.m. is going to be 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So maybe you could talk to Billy about, I guess Matt, because Matt does all the calls with Tuesdays.
Yeah, come next month it'll be me.
Yeah, there's I'm just getting the schedule for you, so
yeah,
you just get.
The next one Tuesday will be Matt, but I'll have to jump onto my PC for this one. So 9 a.m. is 10 p.m. for me. So cool beans.
Okay, because your advice, so your advice is, because maybe I think maybe I'm rushing it too fast with these niching thing, because but I'm thinking, what would be best? How many niches should I have before I consider? So I should my homework for me, and I'll get to book another call with you.
Yep.
How many niches, and then you mentioned you choose
So
2 or 3, and
do some more brainstorming. Do some more brainstorming. Go through the niche, the burrowing that we've just done, and pick about 5 to present, and we'll go through them and see how we're looking. What we've done tonight is a lot of out there examples. Some like I wouldn't even bother with the dating ones. Because let's face it, it's hard to get into that sphere. Same with fitness. Whereas the business ones are going to be a little bit easier to deal with. As Billy said, B2B. She's a big B2B girl, and yet here we are making money B2C.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your homework, finish off your brainstorming.
And how many niches? Like 40 or 50 niches, and then we can...
Just, I think I put 10 for each section, I think it was. I'll just bring up the document.
Yeah, and I guess I'll do that. Now I understand how to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Okay, so yeah, so basically I've got 30 niches that you've heard people complain, 10 niches about people you've heard about, 10 that you've heard about, seen or been exposed to, 10 niches that you've worked with in the past, and maybe just do 5 in the research directories, 5 for a niche scan, a couple for the SIC codes, and then just go from there.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. I don't know much about who complains about what, because I just know they complain about health insurance as the only thing I have. So I'm not sure if I can just make up like 30 to 40 and then just make up my own examples. I guess that's maybe easier.
Do talk to people though, because especially people.
I don't talk to people. I don't talk to people much. I'm kind of an introvert, so that's the thing.
We all are, my man. We all are. I can assure you that everyone. 90% of the people in the 90-day business builder are introverts, but we have to be higher functioning introverts if we want to be successful in business. We just can't ignore people, because unfortunately people do have to work to get money. Yeah, don't worry, I feel the same, I mean. I do feel the same. But yeah, like some close friends and family, just ask them what some of their issues are with their job outside of like not enough money. If they could wave a magic wand and fix something in their structure of their business, what would help them? What would their complaint? What would they fix? What if they could fix anything in the structure of their business? What would it be? Just general questions. You only ask that one question, then you shut up and listen. Now you don't have to talk to them again, you just let them waffle on. Unless you want to say, oh yeah, and then? Oh, and then. No, and then. So yeah, it's little things. Baby steps.
Okay. Thanks, Gary, for your time.
My pleasure. I love this sort of thing. I find it easy and exciting. I understand everyone else isn't weird like me, so I'm glad I can be of some assistance. So yeah, finish off your brainstorming, have a yarn to a few people, borrow about 10 down out of all of them, that way you're not going absolutely bonkers, and then out of that 10 choose a reasonable 5. What I will do though, for those 10 that you choose, that you burrow down on, I'll send you a document of what needs to be some verification of your niche before coming and bringing it to us, whether it's me or Cliff, you know. And actually, I might flip that to you now. That. Apply. Attach. Question
Yeah.
to run your niches. Okay, cool. There you go, just click your email. So you do your, so the goal is finish off your brainstorming, pick 10 that you want to burrow down onto, and then with those 10 questions, those 10 that you burrowed down, just run them through the document I've just sent to you and come up with 3 to 5, okay?
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
That way you're not going through freaking hours of burrowing just to try and find 4 or 5 that'll work, you know? So you say, okay, I like the sound of this niche, I'll burrow down into it as far as I can, you know? Okay, I like the sound of this one, I don't like the sound of this one, you know, because you need to have some sort of interest in it, otherwise it's a bit of a slog, you know. Oh yeah, it's all for the money, yeah, but you need to have some spark of interest in it. You just can't do something like women's footwear, you know, that doesn't interest me. You know, it would be interesting to burrow down on, but it's nothing I'd personally do as a business at this moment in time, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I asked you, because Billy said forget about passion. I think they told me forget about.
Like, passion projects are great as a second or third business. So if you have a passion project, put that to one side, because it usually needs considerable more time and money. Which is what I've found with my blasting niche, is that it's like, if I just stuck with a blasting niche, I still wouldn't have been making money. And here I am making money since I started the coaching. So I'm using this as a path to retire and a path for my living expenses, and then my other businesses are going to be paying for my lifestyle. You know what I mean? And that's the advantage of learning from us, is that we teach a repeatable system. We teach a system that can be continuously reused. How many niches did we narrow down tonight? 5, 6? That's a potential 5 or 6 businesses you can do over the rest of your life, you know. And you've always got your brainstorming list.
Yeah, like example, plumbing companies. That could be always, they always need plumbers. So
now you know you can do sanitary plumbing, you can do potable plumbing, you can do gas plumbing, you can do high volume plumbing, you know. That's just 4 in the same plumbing industry, you know. And then you can go reduce it down to materials, but yeah. Here I am going off on a tangent again.
Oh, I see. Same with Cliff mentions it has to be growing. It's not dying. It has to have some money.
They're the questions I've just sent to you. Basically, they've been recently updated. It has other ones that they have to be decently easy to get hold of, because if you can't get hold of them, how the customer's going to get hold of them? You know. And there's some niches, like we had one guy, he wanted to do dating for partially and fully blind people, because he was he's medically blind, and he's had some high success in that situation on non-monogamous dating, and he wanted to use that, and it's a great niche, but the problem is people are sensitive about not being a part of the usual normality, you know. They feel insecure about their vision, they feel insecure about their health, they feel insecure about their whatever they feel insecure about themselves, you know. So it's one thing to think about when you're trying to do something like that, is that they're sometimes they just flat out won't talk to you, you know. But you got your projects, we'll give you 2 weeks, and keep in touch with the founder of Sanctum. I'll try and jump on as well.
Oh, well, you said can't be turned by hindered by AI, but what about can it also be a niche that's depression-proof, recession-proof? Well, I guess that might be
I have no knowledge nor experience, but that's something to talk to Cliff about. He'll have better idea about that than I will.
Oh, because let's just think about number 8 as recession, depression-proof.
Have I put that down? Have I?
Oh no, he says can't be threatened or hindered by AI. But I guess another one, it could be if it's recession-proof and depression-proof, like if, you know, like will last longer or whatever.
That's a potential as well, my man.
Yeah, like, yeah, I see. Okay, well, thanks. I don't know if you can sorry about that, but thanks. I'm just thinking all this now.
Yeah, so now that you know what you're looking at when it comes to borrowing and niching, you can have a look at that. Have a look at that niching pamphlet and see if it makes more sense to you now. You know, so I honestly think it would make more sense to you now that we've been through it, done the demographic, done the time, done the date, done location. You're right onto that right now. And even maybe just using it as a reminder every now and then. You've got the document. It's easy just to, we can click it open and have a look.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to be of assistance. So yeah,
I understand it better.
I'm glad. That's my whole aim, is to try and help people understand it better. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know you go. Yeah.
I'll let you go. You got your project. Give it 2 weeks. So when I'm back home again, just email me, communicate. It's all good. I'm just giving you a broad 14 days to get up to that point. It might take you less, and let us know. We'll go from there.
I got pressure with Cliff, though. I had my homework for Cliff. I found this by Thursday.
That's why I gave it 2 weeks, my man.
Because I do all the. I don't think in 1 week I can do all that and validation and all that in 1 week.
Yeah. No, that's all good. Have you started looking at scrapers for lead generation?
And that's why, thanks for reminding me, because I know that US, Apollo is the one, for US, Apollo, if you're in US leads, Apollo is the best. And Ron told me Lucia is best for Europe, but I don't know about Australia, because that's why I'm going to be targeting my business.
Why don't you have a look at Upwork?
Oh, okay. Upwork, pay somebody to do it for me. That could work too.
Yeah, because there's some pretty cheap, like $7 an hour lead generators. They'll give you like 200, 300 leads in 2 days.
Oh wow!
Yeah, for maybe for again 10 hours work, there's $70. Okay, it's US, but you know,
that's cheap. Wow!
I've got a lead generator on standby. You know. He's in Africa, and I have monthly meetings with him. You know?
Oh wow!
So yeah, along with the rest of my my mining team.
Unbelievable! Wow. Yeah, I guess I'll first follow about niche first, borrow the niche first, because then I'll do all research.
Yeah, because when you borrowed your niche, you know who to tell your lead generators, who you're targeting. You can say, as an example, I'm targeting contract sanitary plumbers in Sydney with less than 30 employees. You know, I want 200 leads in the next week. You know, and then if it's not that, and you say, look, if you can't find 200 leads in Sydney, expand it out to New South Wales. You know, and that way, it actually, you'll get more numbers within the time period as well. But tell them to focus on Sydney first, and then New South Wales, and then you can go maybe Melbourne, because they're usually stacked together, you know, and then Melbourne, and then Victoria and New South Wales, but you get the idea. Start small, and you can always expand the search.
Perfect. Okay, thanks, Mike. Thanks. I know we keep going inside. I always more good time. Thank you.
No dramas, my man. You have a good rest of your night, eh? And once
you too.
Once I've done all the sorting out of the video, I'll email a link to you.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, so easy.
Cheers.
No dramas. You have a good rest of your night, and I'll
You too. Bye bye.